This is ATL Day Ones, part of Locked On Sports Atlanta. And it starts now.
Welcome into ATL Day Ones. It is a feel-good Friday. I'm Jarvis Davis. That's Tenitra Batiste. Tenitra, whoo, we got so much on board today. I'm just going to hop right into it. We got the NIL. Is it a new world order going on? Tony Wrestler speaks. Oh, my God. And I was listening. And last but not least, this dude going to be driving a Lambo to practice? Oh, the NIL is going all over the place. We're going to get into all of that. But before we do that, I want to say thank you all for liking and subscribing to our Locked On Sports Atlanta page. Make sure you drop that in the search box, and we'll pop right up. Like and subscribe, make comments. Let us know how we're doing. We appreciate you for all the people that have done it. And we're going to ask that you thank you for, allowing ATL Day Ones with Jarvis and Tenitra to be your first listen of the day. We really appreciate that. All right, now, T.
Yes.
Now, Jordan Addison, wide receiver for the Pittsburgh Panthers. Mm-hmm. He was the Biletnikoff Award winner.
Yes.
He sent a thunderous message by jumping into the transfer portal. And because, like, a lot of times when you think about a guy who's established himself as such, right? Biletnikoff Award winner, come back, and come back and want to maybe build up his status for the NFL, and playing at a team that actually just won a conference and everything like that. So all these things are going on, right? Things are going well for him. But he's decided to jump into the portal.
Mm-hmm.
Why are people so all up in their feelings about this?
Because this is kind of a chickens come home to roost situation, right? I saw one comment that said just a year ago, this would have been a move for him, which of course the controversy is, like you said, he is that guy, that dude. Mm-hmm. So now he's looking to make a transfer away from Pitt after all of the success that he and the Panthers had last year. Transfer portal, not the big issue. The big issue is now the big dog is saying, I want this big dog money, right? Name, image, and likeness.
Let's go. I love it.
Yes.
I love it.
So wait. And Jarvis, I got one more for you. Now they're big mad. Big money, big dog, now you're big mad. That's really what this is about, because a year ago, the NCAA and everybody who wanted to control the money had the ability to investigate and impose bans on the school and possibly suspend the football player and just all kinds of penalties for quote unquote infractions. And now it's just wide open. All of these things that a year ago would have put that program literally off the map and would have sent that kid into oblivion. It's just now completely wide open. And don't get me wrong, Jarvis, I do think that there should be some regulation and some type of guidance, but it goes back to what you and I spoke about a few weeks ago. Go find some subject matter experts, some firms like some of our HBCU schools are doing, if you will, and allow them to help you to establish a fair and balanced blueprint. Because again, as you and I go back to all the time, who is governing the pay of the coaches? But are they the ones who are getting on the football field each and every day, putting their bodies in jeopardy, whether that is at practice or an actual game? The answer is no. So if no one is governing your pay, how dare you, coaches and even ADs, come out and kind of wave the flag and say, foul. No, it's not a foul.
They can't make decisions.
Exactly. And this is just destroying college football and college sports. No, you did that. You did that on your own, and now the chickens have come to roost. And again, I just think that, yes, there should be some level of regulation, but on the same token, fair is fair, Jarvis. So if you're going to regulate what the players are, quote unquote, able to do with NIL, then I need you to regulate coaches' salaries. I need you to regulate AD salaries. And I need you to just go all the way down the board in regulating how they get paid, or better yet, what they get to endorse as well.
Yeah, if you're going to have all your little tentacles on everything and want to be in control of everything, we need to have control of everything on y'all too, meaning coaches. because that's the issue, right? This is what it all boils down to. And I think that college football coaches have been getting away with murder. Not literally, but when I'm talking about the control that they have, the power that they have over these players. And as soon as July came around and they decided to say, you know what, let's go ahead and push this NIL thing, these coaches start going crazy. And you know who was the face of that? Dabo Swinney. And he has fallen off the map. What does his team look like right now? Where his recruiting classes look right now? You know why they look like that? Because he's been so staunch against it, and he thinks that he hasn't adjusted to what's going on right now. This is a new world order.
Yes.
And you better get with it or get ran over. You see Nick Saban, running off his little lumberyard too, talking about, oh, they need to regulate it. No, Because here's the thing. The coaches assume that the players can't make informed decisions, right?
Yes.
Like, who raised these kids? Their parents. Yes. And I'll give you a prime example. Zay Flowers, wide receiver out of Boston College, right?
Yes.
He's the guy who's going to be an NFL prospect. He comes from a good home. His father raised him. He's a widower. His mom passed back in 2005. And Zay Flowers has worked his way up until he's going into his junior year, and he's going to be an NFL prospect next year. All he has to do is just continue to do what he's doing, and he's going to go into the NFL. But somebody reached out to him and said, hey, here's $300,000. Here's $600,000. Come on down to our school. Some of the players from the team were reaching out to him.
Wow.
Saying, hey, man, come on down here and get with us. But you know what he did? The thing that's really stood out to me, T, the dude went back and he said he talked to his father. And his father said, man, don't you go chasing that money. He gave him a quote from Bill Parcells. He said, chasing around that money is like chasing rat poison. Yeah. And they made an informed decision from his parent, talking to his parents, not the coach. He talked to his coach as well. He consulted with his coach as well. But he said the ultimate final decision came from his father and the conversations that they had. And they came to an informed decision. And that's what it is. And I think that's what it's going to take in order for NIL to regulate itself. And not those doggone coaches trying to look out for their own good and trying to manage their rosters.
Yeah, I agree. Have a party or an entity to assist with this process who doesn't have a true skin in the game, unless the skin in the game is for the players. And so when I thought about this, Jarvis, it took my mind back to something I heard a couple of weeks ago, and this was on UGA's for UGA's spring game, if you will, right? And so so I was thinking about this interview that I heard where there are a number of former UGA players, right? And they call it the DGD Fund, and basically it's overseen by former Dogs. And those guys are willing to give assistance and insight and provide guidance at no cost. They raise funds. And the whole intent here is to guide players in the right direction on how to manage through these treacherous NIL waters, if you will. They are talking to coaches. They're talking to ADs. They're getting out there and they're doing their research with the sole intent. I trust them in their ability to support players and have the players' best interests at heart, more so than maybe anyone else, other than if you would like to revisit some semblance, and I say semblance, Jarvis, because I'm not saying a union outright, but let's face it, one of the reasons that the NBA players have been able to do all that they've been able to do and really, really partner with their commissioner to dictate the direction of the league is because of how strong that NBA Players Association is. So again, not suggesting that it should be an outright union, if you will. Maybe it just looks like some modified version of that. But if you want to talk about governing and you mean it genuinely and you authentically want to assist these players and how they manage those resources so that if they don't get to the next level, they'll still have these resources to live their lives in the future, give me the DGD or give me a union, but don't give me this foolishness that we're hearing from some of these coaches and ADs who real talk don't really have those players' best or complete interests at heart.
Yeah, if they did, they would have done it a long time ago. They wouldn't have waited on NIL to blow it all up. Blow it all up because you already know when there's a problem, there's a big issue and it's been going on for a long time. You know how it gets rectified? Chaos. and I love chaos. We are looking for some chaos tonight down at Truist Park. You know, the first pitch at 7:20. You know, Jesse Chavez is going to be the opener. For those who don't know, that is the person that's going to start the game. More than likely, probably maybe go a couple of innings, or depending on how well he does. And you know, looks like Brian Snicker is playing that little chess match again. T.
I like it. He's saving Max Fried for game 2, and he's going to wrap it up with what we hope is either the rubber match at a minimum, or an opportunity to just sweep. Hey, we're thinking positive here based on what we saw the Braves do against the Mets a couple days ago. And then, of course, Charlie Morton, he'll wrap things up for them. And listen, that's encouraging because you and I talked about where they would go from that series, that last series with Charlie Morton. And I think he's done just enough to say, hey, let's give him a little more runway and see if we'll see the Charlie of old. So excited to see what's going to happen this weekend with that Brewers series, and exciting to always see what they're going to do for Hank Aaron appreciation.
No doubt about it, because they're actually going to cut number 44 into the outfield grass, and it's going to go on the backside of the pitcher's mound. So cool. Shout out to the Braves for continuing to just honor a great man. I never had the honor of meeting him in person, but I think that I've heard nothing but great things of people who met him, and may he rest in peace, and let the Braves continue to do what they do.
Right, met him one time. Amazing human, and quite the philanthropist.
Yes, I'm sure he is. He has definitely done his thing. All right, now another exciting thing going on down this weekend, T, is the Atlanta Dream. They got a new top draft pick in.
Yes, sir.
And so what should we expect from the Atlanta Dream, you know, as they get ready to get this thing cranked up? Right.
I'm super excited for them because it's new. It's all new everything. Like the new. So we've got a new coach in Tenitra Wright and her coaching staff. We've got an almost completely overturned roster. We had a couple of folks back like Tip Hayes, but ultimately Ryan Howard is a go. Nas Hillman, your 2 draft picks from this year, as well as Ari McDonald, who's coming off injury from last year. So I expect to see some big things from her. And it starts off tomorrow. They're going to be in Dallas, actually, to take on the Wings. And, of course, the season opener back here next Wednesday against the Sparks. So just want you guys to hang with us because we are definitely going to support what's going on the South Side. And, yes, good luck to the Dream in kicking off this 2022 campaign tomorrow.
Somebody else kicked off their mouth yesterday, and I hate to put it like that, but hey, that's what it is. Because Tony Wrestler was talking, and we were listening. We'll discuss all of that next. All right, here on ATL Day Ones with Jarvis and T, part of Locked On Sports Atlanta.